The behavioral symptoms Lars appears to have are maladaptive, preventing him from leading a productive lifestyle. Lars refuses to eat with his family for any meal. In addition to this, Lars separates himself from the family. At the very beginning of the movie, he's watching his sister-in-law walk towards him through his front door. He refuses to open it until he realizes she's cold. While at work, Lars refuses to acknowledge anyone unless they sit within a close proximity of him. Lars also changes his shoes at work while ignoring all the flirtatious actions induced by Margot, his co-worker. She obviously is interested in him, but he refuses to pay attention to her. When a lady at his church gives him a flower to give to someone special, he throws it away at the sight of Margot approaching. Lars also refuses to indulge in any sexual desire. When he arrives at work, his friend insists that he looks at his computer screen that was advertising a promiscuous silicone doll. He refuses to look at the screen and instead focuses on his work.
Lars orders a sex doll named Bianca after Steve showed him a website. Bianca, though a sex doll, acted as a way of helping Lars cope with his social issues and desensitizing his notion that talking with people is negative. Lars begins to eat with his family for all meals because of Bianca. Bianca makes him more socially confident and comfortable since he's so willing to eat with them and show her off to others. Because of Bianca, Lars also goes to a co-worker's party. Lars would have never gone to the party if Margot hadn't encouraged him to introduce his girlfriend to the rest of the co-workers. Lars becomes more outgoing during the party because Bianca became a conversational piece. While she conversed with the other women at the party, Lars was left to talk to the men. He was uncomfortable at first, but he was slowly able to relax after people gave him and Bianca compliments. After Lars kills Bianca off, Lars is truly able to become a functional person in society.
Lars illustrates psychodynamic etiology, historical events that lead to fixation. Lars's mother died during childbirth, making him unable to ever experience a mother's affection. Lars holds the blanket his mother had made for him so very dearly that when Karen needs it because she's cold, Lars asks her to return it soon in a pleading manner. The lack of affection from his mother had caused him to be fixated on a blanket. After Gus explained during dinner, the audience learns that his father was also very cold to both of them and caused Gus to leave Lars alone with their father. This leaves Lars fixated on the idea of him isolating himself to the point where he refuses to indulge in his sexual desires. Lars' past of growing up with no one to give him the attention he needed and no parents to show him the feeling of parental love caused Lars to have to miss stages of development and caused him to have social anxiety.
Some of Lars' psychodynamic treatment involved him talking to Dagmar about Bianca's social issues. Because Bianca is not a real person, her issues are really subconscious issues that Lars isn't able to cope with yet. Speaking with Dagmar over a period of time, Lars is able to convey his issues through a transference. Karen is already the closest mother figure that Lars has because she is the closest female person around him physically and emotionally. Even after Lars gets Bianca, Karen continues to act like a mother figure towards Lars. Because of Bianca, Karen, and Dagmar, Lars is able to overcome his social anxiety.
Lars projects his ideas and values onto the sex doll Bianca. During the first dinner scene where Bianca is introduced to Lars' family, he says she doesn't really care about superficial things. He also says she works as a missionary and was able to travel the world. He explains to his family that she is shy and that this life for her is all so new. Lars goes to church to practice religion but hasn't been out of his small town. He may have said she had traveled the world because secretly he could want a life outside of his own town. He could want to see the world for himself and experience it, but his shyness or antisocial behavior could be what is holding him back from interacting with others. The life that is also new to her could be new to him because he isn't used to feeling so confident around others or interacting with others. Before Bianca was brought into his life, Lars liked to keep to himself. After Bianca's first checkup, Karen and Gus come out of a talk with the doctor and they find a child sitting in Bianca's lap. Lars whispers to them and says she loves kids. Lars could secretly love children, but maybe he's too antisocial to express it outwardly.
Part of Lars' humanistic treatment would be in how everyone around him accepted Bianca. Because of Bianca, everyone gave love and affection to him, and it allowed him to cope with his issues. At a small town meeting, Gus and Karen asked the people at the meeting to engage with Bianca and Lars, or at least accept that Lars had Bianca, so Lars could feel free to express himself without judgment. One of the women at the meeting stood up for Lars and reminded everyone in the room how they all have black sheep in their own families. After this, everyone agreed to express kindness toward Lars and Bianca. In the middle of the movie, people in the town were asking if Bianca could have a girls' night with them, if she could read to the children at school, and if she could work at one of the small department stores. At Margot's party, people were interacting with Bianca, complimenting her style as well as her hair. While people were getting more comfortable with Bianca, they gave her a haircut with bangs. This warmth from the town caused more people to interact with Lars. The increased amount of socialization led to Lars' social anxiety to perish.